Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm just in such a good mood today. I don't know why, but I'm just happy, man. I'm happy. It is Wednesday, so maybe that is the reason. It's a public holiday. Maybe that is the reason. I don't have work to do. Maybe that is the reason. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. My lips. Anyways, I just thought since today I have a free day, let me actually do something productive and do this video. This video is something, it's been on my mind since, I don't know, the last semester, because we're currently on the second semester. We are in August, so yeah, so it's been on my mind since the last semester, but I was not in a good place to do anything during that time. Like, I was still dealing with the situation that I'm about to talk about here. So I was like, actually, let me wait and see how things go. If I succeed, then I will talk about it. But then if I don't succeed, I thought maybe, yeah, I will still talk about it, but I doubt if I would have actually spoken about it if I did not succeed. So guys, today we are talking about NSFAS. If you are a South African, you are hoping to go to school, not school, like university, you definitely know what NSFAS is. So for those who do not know, NSFAS is a bursary that is funded to all South African citizens who comes from homes where they don't have the means to send their children to university. So if you have a mother and a father who do not work, or if you have a mother and a father who actually aren't making that much money to send you to university, then you can apply for NSFAS. It is a free bursary currently. Back, I think prior to 2018, it was not a free bursary. You will get it, but obviously after you are done and you are working, you have to pay it back. But lucky us, the Mr. Zuma actually decided to make NSFAS a free bursary to all citizens of South Africa. So currently, if you are funded by NSFAS, then you all know what you're not gonna pay anything back after you are done. Okay, hopefully I got that correctly. So NSFAS funds you for all the years that you're doing your degree. They're only funding you for your degree. If you want to go forward and study your honors or your masters, that's on you to actually get other funds. But the only thing that they pay for you is your degree, for you to do your degree until you finish. Okay, so the thing is with NSFAS, since they actually decided to make the bursary a free bursary, they do make sure they don't just take anyone, because I mean there's a lot of us in South Africa who come from homes where we don't have parents who have money to send us to universities. Therefore, when you go and apply for NSFAS, they will ask for your parents' details, and then they will do their own research there about the information that you have actually sent. So it is important for you to send the correct information, because either way they will find the information themselves, even though you do send something that is not correct. So what they will look for is you come from a home, your father or your mother. I mean, I don't have a father, so the details that I actually did put there were my mother's details. So what they will do is make sure, even if your parents are working, they don't earn anything beyond 350,000 end of the year. So in your household, they check that by the end of the year, you don't make anything beyond 350,000. If you do, then you get rejected. So I think those are like the criterias when you go, and they don't check your marks or anything like that. They just want to make sure that you are at the university, you are registered, and obviously you don't come from a home where your parents make more than 350,000 rand by the end of the year. Anyways, so the thing that I want to discuss about here is not just NSFAS, it's part of NSFAS, but I feel like it's not just the admission or applying thing. It's what happens that most people do not know. I myself did not know this. I know a lot of students who actually didn't know this. We were all just shocked when it actually did happen to a lot of us this year. So prior to me applying for actually getting to university, I was once admitted at CPUT years ago, probably 2015, 16. Yes, I was admitted at CPUT then, and then I was not an NSFAS, but I dropped out, and then okay, cool. Years went by. I decided to come back to university in 2019, and then obviously this time I needed NSFAS. So I did apply for NSFAS when I got to UWC in 2019. But unfortunately, I did not get NSFAS during that year. I wouldn't say I blame it on NSFAS. I just think that it was just, I don't know, like it was just not meant to be to happen that year for me to get NSFAS, and unfortunately I did not get NSFAS. So what happened is I did the hand-in application here at my university's financial aid. So months went by, I kept going back to check what is happening with my NSFAS because people were getting funded, and then I think by June I was still not funded. And then that is where I stopped going to my financial aid office here at school because they were not giving me the correct information. They would just say, no, there's still nothing, come back next time. No, there's still nothing. So I started communicating with the people from NSFAS, and luckily I think I came across someone who was very helpful because they're also not very helpful, those people who work at the NSFAS offices. So they told me, go to, unfortunately we do not have your application. Maybe something happened, but we do not have it. And I was so shocked because I did submit my application. And when you go to the financial aid here at school, they did tell me, go to, yes, we did receive your application and we did send it to the offices of NSFAS. So when they came to me and NSFAS saying, Guti, they don't have my application, I was so shocked. Guti, why? What happened? But they were like, the only thing that we can advise you is for you by the end of the year, when we reopen for next year, do go and submit your application once more. And then so I was like, okay, cool, I guess I'm not getting NSFAS that year, but I made sure by the end of the year I did submit everything, and luckily in January I did get funded. So prior to the year that I didn't have NSFAS, they did pay each and everything, like my fees and my accommodation, so I was not owing the university. So okay, cool, life was great. We have NSFAS, school is going well. And then 2020, yes, 2020 happened. Life was good. 2021 again, life was good. We got NSFAS again in 2021, and then this is supposed to be my last year, 2022. So you can imagine how excited I was when it comes to this year. Like, I was just so excited. I have so many things, list of things that I wanted to do. The list of things that I thought I was going to be dealing with this year was NSFAS, because I knew that NSFAS only rejects you or excludes you if you actually failed. So I knew that I was doing very well when it comes to my academics. So beginning of this year, cool, I had so many plans, guys. Like, I had so many plans. I don't know why I made so many plans. It's like I knew that something better was gonna happen. So I moved back to varsity, and then it was Feb, and we were supposed to get NSFAS end of Feb, I think the 25th of Feb, but that didn't happen. They were like, no, there's a delay, NSFAS doesn't have money, let's wait. And then I think March came into place, I think early beginning of March. So prior to that, one morning I received like an email from the financial aid saying that students must go and check on their student portal on NSFAS if they are funded for this year, and if not, they should appeal. And this email shook me because I'm like, why are they sending us this? Because like I said, the only way that I know you can actually be rejected by NSFAS is if you fail. So I was like, no man, nah, I'm good. I even sent that to two of my friends, and the other one, she's like, I don't know, blah blah blah. So at the end of the day, like, I didn't think much of it, and I didn't even know my student portal's like login details, because I have not been on my student portal for NSFAS, because prior to me getting NSFAS, I never went back to my student portal to check if anything about NSFAS, because it just happened automatically that if you pass, all goes well, then the next day you will receive your NSFAS. So I didn't check, but deep down, guys, I kind of knew, I felt it. I remember a friend of mine, I used to ask her, like, are you sure that we're gonna get NSFAS? Like, shouldn't be worried, blah blah blah. And she'd be like, no, just chill, I think we're gonna get NSFAS. Why won't we get NSFAS? So, but guys, like, trust your intuition, because your intuition will never lie to you. Me, I didn't check it. I didn't check it until our school told us, "Kuti, guys, you're gonna receive your money by the end of the week, something like that." So we're like, "Okay, cool. We're finally getting our money." The money that I'm talking about is the allowance that you get at the beginning of the year, which includes your books allowance and your allowance. So I think it's around 6.5, if not 7, 6.5. Yeah. So one morning, and I think it was on a Friday, when I woke up, I received like a message from a friend of mine. She's like, "Zanele, did you receive your allowance?" I'm like, "No," because obviously I went back to check I checked my balance and there was nothing. And she's like, "People did receive their allowances." I'm like, "No ways, no ways, something is up, something is wrong." And she's like, "No, maybe we're gonna get it on the next batch." But then I knew it. I knew it. My intuition has been telling me all along, to go check it. Something might be wrong. But when that happened, I just knew it could get better. It's so bad. So I went to check my student portal. I managed to log in, and when I got there, guys, I got like the worst news anyone could possibly receive on that day. And unfortunately, I was not funded. And then the reason they actually put like, they have that whole thing where they say funded or not, and then it would either say yes or no. So when it said funded, it said no, and then at the bottom, they will tell you the reason. So my reason was I have exceeded the N+ rule. So which is the topic here, which we're gonna talk about, because I myself, I wish someone had told me what is N+, what N+2, N+1, what it meant for us as students. So okay, cool, guys. Remember when I said that prior to me being at this university, I was registered at UCP. UCP, what am I talking about? CPUT, UCP people, CPUT will come for me. CPUT. So, okay, cool. Now let me explain what is N+1, N+2. Actually, no, I'm gonna do N+1. So so when you get NSFAS, they will tell you, we will find you. For instance, I'm doing a 4-year degree. So the number of years NSFAS is gonna fund me is 4 years. So because I have been registered prior in CPUT, they actually counted that year as well. So I would say that NSFAS is like being stingy or playing when it comes to this part, because I didn't understand why they would do that. So guys, if you go to university and you register for 2 years, even if you are paying for yourself, even if you're getting NSFAS, and then you do those 2 years or 1 year, and then you drop out, and then you drop out, and then you go back to university later, and then you ask for NSFAS again, remember that those 2 years, they will be counted on your NSFAS when you go and ask for it. For instance, if you actually did like 2 years, and then you go get a degree for 3 years, by the time you get that degree, you only have 1 year that NSFAS is gonna fund you, because prior to that, to them, they count those years as being like they have funded you. I do not understand it. It doesn't make sense, guys. Me saying it doesn't make sense, but those are the rules that NSFAS made. If you have been in university, they count all the years that you've been in university. Whether you were paying for yourself or you were receiving NSFAS, they will count it, and they will include it in your years. So if you do 2 years prior, whether you were paying for yourself and then you go and register again and think, "Oh no, I've never had NSFAS before, I'm gonna get NSFAS this time," no, they will get you 1 year, because they will count those 2 years that you were in university before. So I hope that makes sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. It never made sense to me up to now. But I think that is the way of them making sure they don't overuse money or what, I don't know, basically. So it is important that if you go to university and you don't have the means of paying for yourself, please remember that there is the N+1 rule. So for me, that was the problem. I was doing a 4-year degree, so I've done the 3 years. So NSFAS has counted for me 1 year in 2015, the year that I was at CPUT, and then the first year that I was doing here at UWC, the second year I was doing here, and the third year that I was doing here. So that means I have done my 4 year, the 4 year that they are only capable of paying to me, that I deserve, which is the number of years of being registered at university. So what means now, me coming back for my last year here, which is supposed to be my 4th year, that means I have exceeded the number of years that they actually pay for my intuition. So tuition what did I say? So that means that they're not gonna pay anything for me because I have exceeded the years. So that is why they gave me the reasoning N+1 exceeded the years. So yeah, lucky for me, I was given the choice to actually appeal. So when you go and appeal there, they give you themselves a bunch of reasons, not actually a bunch, I think there were like 4 reasons there. You were sick, you were attending a funeral, you were giving birth, and then you have 60 credits to actually finish. Yes, so likely I had a friend of mine who already did that. She quickly told me that make sure that you appeal as soon as possible, that because it is possible that they will take away that appeal button because they put like an appeal thing there. And I've seen a lot of people saying with it bona they didn't have it, or they had it in 1 minute and then the next minute it was gone. And one, if that thing is gone, like that appeal thing, don't forget you're not getting NSFAS. So I quickly did that, and she was like, choose the 60 credits, even though I had more than 60 credits to finish because I still had like the whole year. So I did that, and then she was like, send them your proof of registration and your results. So that's what I did. And like I just want to explain this part about N+1 rule. I hope you guys do understand because it is very important. I never knew. I thought maybe I was being robbed or something when they told me that I've exceeded the years because I didn't understand how, because I'm still doing 4 years. I didn't fail or anything like that. So like I said, please note that if you register prior and then you drop out and then you go and register again, NSFAS will count all those years that you've been at university. So okay, cool. Life was life was so hard, guys. Life was so hard. But it's crazy that I'm saying that because it seems like things happened so smoothly. Like I didn't, but I mean I was very stressful because obviously the following year I need my fees to be paid. I need for my accommodation to be paid. Never mind the fact that I don't have allowances now. I didn't even tell anyone at home because I didn't want to worry them. I've already like, and NSFAS has been such a stressful thing when it comes to me because even first year I didn't get it. So now coming back and telling them, but yo guys, I don't have NSFAS, and then obviously they want to know why, and me explaining in the years and N+ rule thing, they won't understand what how is that possible. So I was like, you know what, just keep it to yourself. That means obviously you can't even text and say, yo guys, can I please have 500 or can I please have 200? So that meant I can't even ask for help. But I was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll deal with this problem myself. And I did that, guys. Like I did that. Like I don't wanna lie, it's like I don't know, it's like I don't know, it's like when you have a lot of things on your shoulder that I put on your shoulder. Okay, cool. I don't know. I keep getting the step, guys. So me prior dealing with that, but I really met like really good people during that time who were very helpful because obviously I was like, I'm not gonna tell my parent, I'm not gonna tell people back at home. And also I did get like food distributions here at school who were helping students who are not funded. It was not that much, but it was helpful. And I just feel like regardless of anything else, I was not worried about my everyday basic like toiletries and food. There were just a lot of things that were happening because I just feel like this past 6 months were very dark for me. Like I was in a dark place. When you try to do so much, when you try to do one thing, then the other one is like failing on the other side. But it's like nothing is working out, and I kind of question myself, what is happening? Because I've come so far. Like I'm on my last year and I've told myself that I need to be the best version of myself. I need to do so good. And when you promise yourself so a lot of things that you're gonna do, and then things that just not working out for you, things that just not going very good for you, they're going very bad. It's like, why? You question yourself, why am I going through this? So prior to me dealing with NSFAS, my work as well was going very bad. When it comes to my school work, I've never been a student who struggled. Shem, I'll give that to myself. I've never struggled when it comes to my school work. But again, this past 6 months, like I was struggling. Guys, I remember writing tests. We testing the failure dismally. This my it's crazy that I'm laughing about it because during that time ndandigowa ibuye test umuntu efele. It's one thing bufele nje uqomba you were almost there, but it's one thing ba ufele man uqomba kanti bekusenza ngantoni, what was happening, into le bendifunda or into le bendibhala. So I was dealing with that, and to me I didn't understand. Like I said, I've never been a student who fails. That is not me. And for me to get a result as a bad, like really bad results, you can imagine the state that I was in. But I would just, once I see a result, I would go straight into depression. I wouldn't want to do anything. I would cry. Like I wouldn't want to do anything because I was questioning what is happening. This side I'm fighting and they're funding, and then this side now my results are coming back very bad. Am I even going to be qualified to even write exams? And it happened once, it happened again, and I just didn't understand it. And I got to a place where now each and everything about school makes me nervous. When there's a test, because I'm like, I need to pass. Even when the results come back, I'll take my time to check the results because I'm like, yo, I'm not ready to see what is there. But one thing about God will never fail me, and I can say that loudly. I don't know how I did it, but life happens. I did qualify for my exams. I don't know why. How actually? I still question myself. How did I do it with those results? But obviously, prior to me getting those results as bedayo, I made sure I studied hard. And then I managed to get like really good marks after that. So cool, I got qualified to write my exams. I was like, yes. And then NSFAS, I think we waited from like March, April, end of April. We received an email saying that we should go and put letter of propensity. So a letter of propensity is the letter that you get from your faculty, where they will tell you are a student, you are registered, and you have like 160 credit more to finish for this year, and you do have the propensity to actually pass this year. And you see, so it's like assuring, and it's first yes, you are a student, you have this much to finish, and you are capable of passing this year, because NSFAS doesn't want to fund students who are gonna fail. It's like a loss. If you're gonna give me money and pay my accommodation and fees and then fail, so it's like it's a loss on them. So they want to make sure if they give you a year to fund you, then they want to make sure they are doing the right thing, you are capable of passing. So you see, so yeah, my faculty came back, and then I got the letter, and then I sent it. So like, okay, cool, we're waiting now, things are moving. That was end of April. I think early May. Actually, I think it was a couple of days after I sent my letter of propensity when I received an email. No, we didn't receive an email. When I checked the student portal, because guys, I was always there on student portal all the time, and luckily my appeal was approved. So I was so happy because I'm like, okay, this is it, I guess I have NSFAS. But no, there was still more waiting, because even though they say the appeal is approved, my student thing, like my information still hasn't changed. It was still written not funded. So when I go further to research about it, when I find about what does appeal approved means, so it basically means that NSFAS acknowledges that they receive your information, and they do acknowledge that you do have a case. Therefore, they are taking your things and moving them forward for them to be reviewed and see if you will receive your funding. So guys, basically appeal approved really doesn't mean anything. It just means okay, we saw at least there's something about him. Those like to the next one, and then to see if she gets funded or not. So I was kind of disappointed, especially after I was so excited, but I was like, oh, my phone is about to die. But I was like, okay, cool, let me just wait. So that was like beginning of May, and then we waited, and then it was June, and then on June I remember things started moving. Guys, I was on Twitter, I was on Facebook, I was following each and every account NSFAS, because that's where you find other students who are actually going through the same thing that you are going through. You feel the support, you get more information as well via other students. So each and every Facebook account NSFAS where there are students who are actually excluded from NSFAS. So I remember this other time I woke up that morning and then students were just like, they were posting, guys, go check your status, go check your status, things are moving. And then when I went to check my status, finally things were moving for real. It has written there, awaiting academic results. It was still saying, the funding parts was still saying no, but then it was saying awaiting for academic results. And I think after a day, it changed to funded as yes, and then it was saying that waiting for registration data. So I mean that was like the end, because obviously now you are finally funded. So I think before we went home in early July, we received like finally from our school that you are funded by NSFAS, fill in the details and give us your account details. I was like, yes. And it's crazy because by the time that was happening, I was not even like this excited. I was like, like I've been waiting on this to happen for so long, but I'm just so happy that it's finally happening. And we sent our details, and we knew that we were gonna get paid like on July, mid-July, late July, something like that. But anyway, guys, that is like my story. Like I've been through a lot this year, and I'm just taking my time now to enjoy varsity. This is like my last month in varsity, so I'm trying by all means to enjoy this moment and just not dwell on what happened last semester, the results being bad, the not getting funding, being worried all the time. And yes, I did pass my exam. It was hectic, guys, but ngipasile. Yo, guys, one thing about me, I will always fast and pray and believe and have faith that things will happen. I remember thinking about the things that I'm doing now, the things I'm capable of doing now, back last semester, saying, these are the things that you're going to do in your second semester. And for me to be here and dwell on this situation, I'll be here, just be enjoying what I have right now. It's just like so telling that in life you need to tell yourself, this is what you're going to be doing in the next few months. Even though you're going through this, just know that things will not be the same. Things will not be like this the whole of this year. Just make sure that, guys, pray and fast. Pray and fast. Fast and pray. Why am I saying fast? Pray. Fast and pray. And I'm telling you that your God will work. You'll be surprised as well. You'll be like, how you'll be asking yourself how. So each and everything that I come across in life that is like very hard, I've stopped crying about it. I've stopped worrying about it. One thing I'll tell myself is fine. This one is a prayer. You will pray about it and then just let it be. And I feel like that's how I was last semester. I've become so strong. I don't know how did I become so strong, because I used to be so weak. Each and every problem that I will come across, I used to dwell on it and just be depressed and just cry. So, and last semester, like, I really didn't cry. Like, me finding out my results, me funding, I really didn't have that. Each and every situation, it's like, I'll just laugh at it. Not my results, though, because those ones I was like, you better do something. In those ones, I just encourage myself that you failed. This is your fault. You need to do something about it. You don't need to be praying or crying about it. You need to actually pull your socks up and do something about it. But when it comes to certain situations that are not in my hands, such as NSFAS and being funded, those are the situations that I just like, I prayed about it. I pray about them and then I gave them to God. Please deal with them, because I myself don't have the means of dealing with this. So all I'm trying to say, guys, please make sure that you, in life, I know fasting is very difficult, but I'm telling you, it is worth it. The pain that you feel during fasting is worth it, because God will answer your prayers in many ways that you don't even believe it yourself. So that is what I did. I believed and I fasted and I prayed so much during the time I was going through a lot in my life. And it's like my prayers were answered in so many ways that I really didn't even deserve, because I don't know how. Like, seriously, I just don't know how. So, anyways, that is my story, guys. I hope you actually did enjoy it. And I hope I managed to explain the N+ rule thing. I mean, it is complicated. I still don't understand it. I don't know why they're still doing that. But anyways, it's been a sad situation, and also seeing other students, like I say, me following other people, I've seen them saying, yo guys, my appeal is rejected. It was such a sad situation. Some will be texting, guys, I'm going through depression, guys, I don't have food at rest. Like, yo, it was just so sad. It was just so sad. But again, like I said, be grateful that you're sitting on the other side and life is different for you. So I'm definitely grateful, guys. I did receive my allowance on all is well, like all is well. I'll definitely see you guys on my next video. I don't know when, but actually tomorrow I'm going shopping, so obviously there will be a try on haul there. Definitely a try on haul, so please look up for that. And I will see you guys next time.